Welcome to On the Chain. This is Jeff here with co-host Chip coming in from audio only. XRP's price
Sup?
unleashed, Chip. It's getting crazy out there. Here's the big question. Will the SEC appeal Judge Torres's decision and harm XRP investors? There's a lot going on with a Torres, not Judge Torres, with a congressional representative Torres. John Deaton has some commentary on whether or not the SEC is going to appeal. And there's some others in the space that have some commentary on that. We're going to cover that and a bunch more. If you're ready to kick this thing off,
Let's do it.
Go.
Welcome to On the Chain.
Welcome everybody to On the Chain. Here we are. Thursday was the ruling. We're Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, 3 days into it. And everybody out there, Jeff, it seems like everybody who's a Bitcoin maxi and a legal mind and scholar who knew better and thought that absolutely Ripple would get destroyed by the SEC. That turns out they were wrong. And they're not taking it very, very well. They're going to appeal it. It's going to be overruled. Blah, blah. Half of them are talking out the side of their mouth and don't understand the ruling, Jeff. It's very strange.
There's even some commentary, and we'll get into it, by a former SEC commissioner, and had some interesting commentary on the ruling and actually critiqued Judge Torres on the decision and on the commentary. So we'll get into that also. But I think, let's start with this one. This is Brad Garlinghouse. Now, Brad Garlinghouse is coming out really strong, and he should be. He should really, put it out there, put the message out there, because the SEC definitely fumbled this one. Thank God. They was not even destined from the beginning to amount to much, Chip. But so let me pull this. This is Brad Garlinghouse hoping yesterday's decision, this was on Friday, talking about Thursday, hoping yesterday's decision is the wake-up call that Congress needs. This ruling directly undercuts the SEC's claim that nearly all tokens are inherently securities, likely to set a positive precedent for other digital tokens in the U.S. What are your thoughts on that comment?
Well, I mean, we saw his appearance when he was on, Bloomberg Crypto, right? And I mean, he's right. I mean, Congress really does have to act. And even if there was an appeal, the appeal would be, let's say, 2025 by the time we got around to an appeal. And are we saying that we don't think Congress can act by then? So it does undercut the SEC's claims when they were talking about so much clarity. Everything was so clear. Remember Gary Gensler? It's so clear. Everything's clear. Well, guess what, Gary? You wanted litigation by enforcement and you got it. Now it's super clear. XRP has legal clarity, and it's the only digital asset token that has digital clarity. Legal clarity.
That's right. And Stuart Alderoty wants to know if somebody dropped the security.
Well, look at the date on that, Jeff. This is the best part. Scroll up and look at the date.
September 29th, 2021. Did someone drop their security? I love how, so his final comment on that is, I guess not. This is brilliant in a lot of different ways. Obviously, using the orange, for those that are listening in, it's a picture of an orange sitting on the floor. And this was 2 years ago. Did someone drop their security? And as we know from the ruling here, no, nobody dropped their security as it pertains to XRP.
It's masterful trolling. It really is. To go back and remember when I remember seeing this tweet. I didn't realize it was 2 years ago, but it's masterful trolling, because you know what we found out and what we discovered, what John Deaton has been saying all along. It's the scheme. It's how it's packaged. It's not the act. The oranges and the Howie Groves was not the security. And guess what else? Turns out neither was XRP. But it's the commentary is interesting from the aspect of what people are saying about it. And it's been great watching John Deaton's comments like the last couple of days. And I saw Marc Fagel as well, who was he was with the SEC, but he was also in private practice. And, he tends to have his own way of thinking, which is, from somebody who spent a lot of time at the SEC.
Mhm. Yep.
But I also think too that, I don't know, something that this confirmation bias is pretty heavy. Like, there is a bias. Everybody has a bias, but it seems with this, you know, especially Bloomberg Crypto. Remember, they're like, Jeff, if you go to my Twitter feed, you can find a short little video that they were saying that, you know, Brad, we actually think you know, our legal scholars here think that the SEC is going to win this. And Brad's just kind of like, he gives that kind of look on his face, like, okay.
Yeah.
And so I tweeted that out just with that saying and nothing else, and it was funny to hear all the different comments.
Yeah, we'll go in. We'll pull that one up here. So it's really, it's amazing to see, you know, how we, if we go back, you know, 2 years ago, and we're really hoping to dissect and dig in a little bit more into some of those videos, and we'll have to do that over the coming week and go back 2 years, go back to 2020, and really look at some of the commentary from, you know, the very beginning, and then fast forward a little bit, like you were saying, you know, who's talking about, you know, the victory, you know, and there were some that were it was very clear. Obviously, Gary Gensler, number one in the space, that it's very clear that the SEC was going to win the case. Very clear that there was regulatory, you know, clarity in regards to cryptocurrency. Not true. According to Gary Gensler, everything's a security, which is going to come out to prove that that's also not true, you know. But I'll pull this one up, the one you're referencing, some of the things from Marc Fagel, and actually Bill Morgan put a comment to a tweet here, and John Deaton commented on as well. So let me try to pull this up. Kind of crazy, the whole StreamYard thing, it keeps freezing up on my side. I don't know if anyone else is seeing the freeze up. But so Chip here. So we've got Bill Morgan. Unfortunately, I think Marc is correct, and both sides will appeal unless there is a settlement now. So Marc Fagel was saying, I have no skin in the game and don't really care. My opinion is that both sides will appeal, and the SEC has a better than even chance of getting the ruling on the programmatic sales reversed. So that's Marc Fagel. He's a retired securities lawyer. And it's interesting as how they look at this, and they really want to look and try to figure things out. Now, Bill Morgan, another attorney, so you got these attorneys kind of going back and forth. Marc Fagel says, I don't see how a settlement happens. It wouldn't take the SJ ruling off the books, and that ruling has major implications for the SEC's crypto cases if followed by other courts. Chip, then you have Bill Morgan coming back saying it would happen if the SEC genuinely thought the decision was correct. Prosecutors and government agencies should not pursue a matter for the sake of policy or behave like a third party and win at all costs and exhaust the other party unless they believe the decision is wrong. Now, here's the problem as we even get to this point, is that Gary Gensler from day one is acting and behaving like a third party, specifically seeking almost to the point of retribution, some sort of punitive damage against the cryptocurrency XRP and the company Ripple. What are your thoughts on that?
On which part? I mean, we just went through like a bunch of different tweets. So which one specifically are you talking about?
What I'm commenting on, what I just said. So, you know, I'm just thinking from this perspective. So again, Bill Morgan is referencing, you know, the fact that the SEC would go after the party. They would go to an appeal and start acting and behaving like a private party to win at all costs. They shouldn't do that, he's saying, but they will if they believe that the primary decision was wrong. So that means that if the SEC believes that Judge Torres was wrong, which you would think they would because of the fact of where they stood prior to the decision. So is Bill Morgan then saying that basically the SEC is going to do what they want and they're going to seek this, and it's almost like a shock and awe, slash and burn type of mentality to come back after the company Ripple and try to have Judge Torres's ruling overturned in an appeal.
Yeah, I think that what's interesting here is the fact that even how Ripple argued this case is not how the judge interpreted it. But I do think that the way she did interpret it, she talked about the fact that, XRP being, code external, and the fact that like on the blind bid, like for on the exchanges was purchased, and a lot of people took umbrage with it, like that's not a good ruling. But if you go on an appeal, you have to go in with citing what part of the law was wrong. And I think the biggest confusion in all this is the fact that Howey happened in 1947, right? And it talks about how you would package a scheme, and part of that is relying on the profit of others, where people don't know. And she disconnected the fact that Ripple and XRP, people that purchased XRP didn't know. And I think what was brilliant, if it hadn't been for John Deaton stepping in and getting those 3,000 affidavits where people went and they got it notarized and they said, this is my statement. And she went through that because she cites it in the decision of the ruling. And these are people who didn't know who the hell Ripple was. They wanted to buy a cryptocurrency. They went ahead and they purchased it. They didn't know who Ripple was. So the problem with the Howey test and all those 4 prongs about how you would package a scheme and you would have it offered as a security, the problem is that Congress needs to act, because here in the US, I mean, just got to look at other parts of the world and how the clarity is so, how they've given a lot of clarity. Miko over there in Europe, it's like you look at Australia, the way they look at a digital asset. You look over in Japan, it's in the UK. I just think that they can go and appeal all they want. Everything that gets negated with clear ruling from Congress, and I think this sets the actual course of direction, because given where we are now, I feel like that's going to be the determining force, right? So before, Congress was like, oh, we don't know, and yeah, these other countries are doing that, and yeah, we're part of the G20, but where they were really missing the boat a lot had to do really with the fact that there was uncharted waters, because as we know, going into an election year, nobody wants to put their name on legislation because they can come back and finger them, right? Oh, you voted on this. And they make it kind of a little bit loose, a little bit open to interpretation, which is why we're in the mess as we have it. But based on this ruling, Congress can say, look, here's a huge decision where this digital asset is not a security. Let's go. Let's make it even clearer for the SEC, CFTC, because the SEC has no business regulating something that isn't a security.
That's right. So let me go down. For some reason, Twitter has now deleted everything that I was showing. Let me try to pull this one back up. This was an important one as we're going through. Let's hope this is still the same link here. Hang on one second. So, well, here's another one. But so there's going to be a couple commentaries here from John Deaton on this exact outcome. And let's see, here it is. Here's the one. So the thread that we're reading, John Deaton actually had some commentary here, and there was, kind of more going on, as we were just reading through it. This whole StreamYard thing is crazy. Every time I go to open a new screen, it freezes up. So here's John Deaton. He said, I didn't mean to imply that there can't be an appeal before a jury verdict, only that there isn't an immediate right to an appeal. Either side can ask Judge Torres to allow it and then ask the Second Circuit to accept. I don't see Judge Torres approving it because the SEC sought summary judgment pursuant to Howey, and the judge did a strict application of the Howey factors to each type of the XRP sale alleged by the SEC to satisfy Howey. The court agreed that the Howey test was controlling and applied accordingly. In essence, the judge applied a non-controversial 76-year-old well-settled Supreme Court test to the facts of the case. It's a straightforward application of that well-settled test, despite any challenges related to her reasoning or any policy considerations. On the face of her ruling, why would she approve an interlocutory appeal. Maybe the party submits something in writing that can persuade her, but I don't see it at this point. Do you agree or disagree? Oh, we lost Chip. I don't know how we lost Chip in this whole equation. Somehow we lost Chip too. Not sure where he is. I didn't realize that we lost Chip while we were going through this. So, but anyhow, this is, real solid point. I like, as we go through and we start looking at, the differences of opinion, different attorneys looking at things slightly differently. I'll tend to side with John Deaton, who has gone through, dug into, and has dissected the case, from many different angles. We've had him on multiple times as we've looked through this, So I think this is really important. I'm looking at some comments here that have been. Someone here, I think it might have been Michael Murphy, said, "Let's, we won. Let's not talk about any of the FUD and all of that. This is important." I think Zol was saying you can't ignore the FUD. And it's really important. You have to look at all aspects of it. To me, this isn't really FUD. This is, different attorneys, analyzing a judge's ruling. And we have to really start looking forward, because what's going to start happening, from this outcome, from this ruling, and Chip was kind of referencing that as well, is the congressional action. We need to have some congressional action. We need to have some clarity. We need some legislation put out in front of Congress. We need Congress to have something to vote on. We need the House to vote on it. We need it to go to the Senate. We need to have something clear. There has to be a very clear path moving forward. And that is where actually there's two individuals that have become very outspoken. One of them actually also has the name Torres, and I'm trying to find that article as we go through this. But the Torres is a congressional representative. It's Richie Torres, and Richie Torres is also wanting to leverage the outcome. And here it is. Wants to leverage the outcome of this case, as does Senator Lummis, talking about, okay, here we are. We have a very, clear opportunity right now to actually start moving forward with some positive legislation. But let's look at this one first. And the reason why this is important, and actually in this case, it is the congressional representative here is referencing closer to, there's Chip. Chip, we lost you.
Well, I'll tell you what, Jeff. First of all, we've got dangerous thunderstorms. Got another strike, and my modem got knocked out.
Nice.
And it also messed up my computer.
Crazy. Man,
and
so crazy.
It's been rough. I mean, we got like one little box that was severe thunderstorms, and then my modem went out. I have two modems. I have a backup. The other one's down. This one is the only one that works, and it went out for specs. That's why he lost me. So
man, it's so crazy. I'll tell you what. We were talking about this earlier. Do you remember a summer where we've had such bad thunderstorms every single day?
It's been rough, man. I mean, it's torrential downpours. Like, it was so crazy outside. It was like a monsoon. I mean, it was like so thick. I mean, it was dark at like 5 o'clock. It was like crazy.
Oh, it's great. I went out to walk the dog, and the lightning started striking just off the, in the distance a little bit. So we turned around and went right back.
Yeah, I think our house got hit, or close to our house, because it was so violent. And just the flash was like, usually, you can tell when the thunder and lightning hit. This was shook the house. Like, it shook the house, and the dog freaked. I mean, it was crazy, man.
Oh yeah. I had one of those. We were doing a stream, and it must have hit right outside, right next to me, because it was so loud. I could feel the vibration of it, through the floor. It was crazy.
Yeah, I had to go back to the power. I had to go down, a lot of the breakers got knocked off, and stuff still not coming back. So I don't know. It knocked out all the USB-C ports on my computer. Power doesn't work. Nothing works. It's just insanity.
Man, oh, it's crazy. It's crazy. So Chip, I was talking about Congressman Torres, not to be confused with Judge Torres. So obviously Judge Torres had an amazing ruling. Congressman Torres is going to try to double down on, that being in the news. Actually, probably not the case. That going for a double down here. But Congressman Torres calls for an investigation into the SEC over its approach to crypto. Now, it's interesting because here you have a Democrat, Richie Torres, addressed one letter to the SEC Inspector General, Deborah Jeffrey, and another to the Government Accountability Office's Comptroller General, Gene Dodaro. And here you have Congressman Richie Torres has asked for 2 separate independent investigations of the U.S. Securities Exchange Commission, the SEC, for its haphazard and heavy-handed approach to digital assets. Rep. Torres requested investigations in the SEC granting a special purpose broker-dealer license to Prometheum, a trading digital assets platform that does not trade digital assets, under unusual circumstance for its failure to create a rigorous but workable process for registering real-world digital asset platforms. And goes on here, the dubious decision to license a deceptive digital assets platform reflects the latest attempt by Chair Gary Gensler to politicize the registration process to an extent seldom seen in the SEC's history. That's what Torres wrote. Continues, when it comes to trading platforms that operate in the real world, the SEC's path to registration remains a bridge to nowhere. Now, if you go in and kind of dig into Torres, now again, Democrat in New York, of all places, would you expect that kind of commentary coming from a Democrat at this point in time when we've seen Democrat after Democrat after Democrat going after crypto, and they're probably applauding Gary Gensler? Now, Richie Torres, complete 180, sounds more like Warren Davidson, Darren Soto, who was also a Democrat. It sounds like the pros on both sides, the bipartisan approach to positive crypto policy. Maybe the tide's turning. Maybe Gary Gensler's time is running out. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, so I think what's happening here is the fact. First of all, Richie Torres was phenomenal in the hearings, right? He asked really great questions. I think especially when Gary Gensler was there, I remember seeing him in a couple of hearings. It was pretty phenomenal. And here's what I'm seeing, right? So look at BlackRock. So you got BlackRock trying to do a Bitcoin ETF, right? And so if you look at it from the fact of like, who are the big donors and all of the other big players that are looking to do a Bitcoin ETF, all of them are major contributors to the Democrat Party. So now, especially on the heels of this ruling, first of all, it's going to be really difficult to start taking out your big, massive donors, right? And they're probably saying like, hey, enough is enough, knock it off, right? I mean, we're going into a re-election year. And you notice that the Democrats have been eerily quiet on this issue. So I feel like they probably don't want to rock the boat. They're probably getting the memo like, hey, this is something we want, especially someone like BlackRock, and everybody's changed their tune on it, right? Everyone's like, oh, all of a sudden they're pro crypto and everything's fantastic, Jeff. It's all just fantastic. So I think that we're going to start seeing a little bit of a change, and I think we're probably going to see a little more hustle of what's going on in Congress. That's my thought, because you don't want to call your you can say that Bitcoin is used for nefarious purposes, but then when your big donors want to do a Bitcoin ETF, what are you going to do? Call them fraudsters? You're going to call them cheats, hustlers? No. This is all political, Jeff, and it looks like the political tide has turned.
It has turned, and it's another thing that we predicted for a long time. And politics, geopolitics, it's kind of like a big freight ship in the middle of the ocean. It takes time to move. And now we've seen that movement, and now it's very obvious. Gary Gensler is on the losing side at this point. It's not going to get better for him. It's going to get worse, as it is for most in that administration. Not getting better. It's going to get worse because it's all being revealed. What many on that side, believe in. Unfortunately, and it's interesting because I said, why is it that we see, individuals that do get it, and not everyone, adheres to, the ideology, full, they're not all in, to where they want to undermine every good thing that's happening here in this country. And so I think you could take it a little further to where, Democrat, maybe more center. We'd have to look at all the other policies, but as far as crypto is concerned, we have to embrace the direction that Richie Torres is going in. Like you said, holding Gary Gensler accountable, not just in the hearing, but now also interviewed to do the same. We haven't heard from Darren Soto in a long time. I'd like to see where Darren Soto stands now, what bills that he's going to be co-sponsoring. I think he co-sponsored one with Emmer not that long ago. But just a final note on this, and I like, the statement here. Torres called the SEC an overzealous traffic agent who arbitrarily tickets drivers for speeding while keeping everyone endlessly guessing about the speeding limit, adding that regulation by enforcement is no way to regulate. And that is so spot on. And it just, it's a perfect end, to a statement that is then bipartisan nature, and it's being echoed on both sides of the aisle. And in order to get true clarity through both the House and the Senate, it has to be bipartisan. You can't have a crypto legislation come through that's one party. So the ideas of those that are anti-crypto, hopefully they're now in the minority, and you have people like Elizabeth Warren. They're a thing of the past, just dinosaurs, and people just need to forget that they're even there. So that's that comment, Chip. There was one other to follow up on that, which would then be, let me see if I can find it. Where did it go? Let me scroll up. I had it open, and then when things froze up, I had to close it. Here it is. So this is now Senator Lummis, and something else that we said, and it's so funny, Chip. I feel like as we do the commentary, the things that we say get repeated, by others in the space. And in this case, we said they need to leverage this victory. Obviously, maybe it's an obvious statement and others would say it, but Congress, Senate has to leverage the victory to achieve true regulatory clarity, and they have to jump on it as fast as possible, Chip. And here you have Senator Lummis urges clear crypto regulations after XRP ruling. I think this is, really critical. This case, as we've all talked about for so long, was going to be an impetus to gaining a path to clarity for all crypto. What are your thoughts and feelings on Cynthia Lummis now referencing the case with XRP and Ripple?
I think it's great for the space. It's great. And you're right. It's all about leveraging what we know. And why wouldn't they want to, right? It kind of says, okay, it's okay to proceed. It's okay to proceed. There's clarity, judge behind it. And I think the biggest part of this is the fact that it was in the Southern District of New York, toughest district to try a case. It's where all the major New York, most of the big financial institutions are based out of New York. And having this ruling there holds a lot of water. There's a lot of weight behind this, and I feel like everybody got wind of it, and it's like, all right, it's time to move it forward. And I do think that because of this ruling, we're going to see some political tides change. That's just my thought. We'll have to wait and see, but I think it's a good thing overall.
I agree with you. I see the same thing. And again, something that you and I have talked about way from the beginning, that the political tides had to change regardless. This is just one more sign in the evolutionary change that we've been referencing. But here's the tweet from Senator Cynthia Lummis. And she said, my statement in response to the Southern District of New York's ruling in Securities Exchange Commission v. Ripple Labs. Here's her official statement. I applaud the decision of the Southern District of New York finding that crypto assets traded in secondary markets may not be investment contracts. This is the position that Section 501 of the Lummis-Gillibrand Responsible Financial Innovation Act has taken from the beginning. The only difference here as I look at this is that if you go back to a lot of the discourse and interviews that Lummis and Gillibrand had given, they were very Bitcoin centric, and it was all Bitcoin, 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 and forget about everything else. This kind of is now that awakening, Chip. I think, as you just said, it's decisive, and it's going to now set the path for clear legislation. Here it goes on. The decision confirms the need for Congress to deliver a clear regulatory structure for the crypto asset industry that provides the highest level of consumer protection. If you look at that commentary, consumer protection, that would be a Gillibrand addition to the comment here. And prior to that would be clear regulatory structure for the industry would be more of a Lummis comment. But here we have, we need to pass Lummis Gillibrand to uphold the Howey test as interpreted by the Southern District of New York. And that's a huge statement right there, because now here's a statement, legal statement, judge statement, outcome on a digital asset. Here's how they're using the Howey test. And now you take that outcome and you draft it into legislation. You know what that does? And it goes back to what Michael Murphy says with a FUD. It shuts down all the FUDsters, because now it becomes policy versus just, a judge ruling. It is now written into law. That changes things. What do you think, Chip?
Yeah, spot on. Absolutely. I mean, it's a new day, right? It's an absolute new day. Thursday changed the course of everything. And the fact is that even your anti-crypto army, clone Warren, it's not going to stop anything. And I think it's funny because we don't hear much chatter out of her, right? We don't hear much this, I think because of these big donors and because they want this spot ETF and because they realize that we're at that part of the juncture where, they laughed at it. It was a joke. Then they sued you. If you remember Tim Draper going and having that conversation with Gary Gensler on stage, he talked about that. Of course, Gensler was about as effective as a toad, right? He was like, yeah, but then he goes, no. He's talking over him. No, that's not what happens. Then they sue you. Well, they sued us. I'm talking about the crypto community at large. And now it's the time to join. It went down beautifully, exactly how Tim Draper described it in 2018, standing on stage with a hapless, feckless loser known as Gary Moronic Gensler. I mean, totally just crushed it. Right now we're at the part where they sued. That didn't work. Everyone's it's almost, Jeff, as if everybody was hoping that Ripple would lose, not realizing that this had a bigger ramification, right? I mean, don't you think so? I mean, like, everyone's like, oh, I hope they lose. Well, guess what? Everything else loses.
Yeah, it's interesting because I agree with that statement. I believe that there was a lot of weight in the community in terms of the Maxi community, Bitcoin, Ethereum, as well as others from a political perspective that were hoping that Ripple lost, that were hoping that XRP would be deemed a security somehow. And that just, kind of blew up in their face. Because hope, doesn't account for fact. The facts of the case so far have spoken for themselves as the judge outlined it. And it's clear. Now it's clear. Gary Gensler is clear before, wasn't clear because it was murky. It puts him in his place. It shuts him down. And I truly hope that Richie Torres, amongst others, bring him to the mat. And hopefully we see a resignation from him before his term is up. It would be nice to see him move on because he created such a disaster. And the one thing in that discussion, that we showed earlier with Deaton and some of the other commentary there with Morgan and that other, and Marc was at Siegel. There's just that one statement that if the SEC was, believed that the other side was wrong, Marc Fagel, right? Not Siegel, Fagel, but that if they believe the other side was wrong, that they would go after it. They would go after that party and basically throw everything at them and attack them as though they were a private, entity going after another private. And it's just, there was so much politics that was built into that. I'm so glad we're at the juncture we're at right now. I'm happy to see Richie Torres speak up. I'm happy to see Lummis come out, because you put Lummis Gillibrand, another bipartisan effort for regulatory clarity. It's a huge step forward. And Lummis Gillibrand, Responsible Financial Innovation Act, referencing the court outcome, the case outcome with the judge. It's massive. So I just want to get to some commentary here. This was from Crypto G earlier on in the stream. He said that OTC stream last Wednesday, about the bank fines, which we referenced. I don't remember what the number was. It was well over $100 billion by the time we added it all up. And so Crypto G is talking about how timely that was on Wednesday, because then Thursday, obviously. But here, Ripple's fine should be in line with the way banks are fined. And that could be, could it be a multi-billion-dollar fine that they face? Chip?
Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, I was going to jump in there. Yeah, I think so. I think
Yeah.
so. But 100 billion, Jeff, was just one bank.
Right. That was just the one.
It
Yeah.
was massive, right? But I mean, like,
It's
for example, the latest one was we had Bank of America fined 250 million. That was just a small fine. So
just a
I mean,
small
based
fine,
on
just a smack on the wrist.
Yes, a small smack on the wrist. Yeah. Crypto G says the OTC stream. Yeah. So, oh, sorry about that. Was the one you just read. Got it.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think it should be, but we'll see. The funny thing about it is it's new uncharted territory.
It is.
I don't think they see them as like the same, but it was the 700 million XRP.
That's in question.
Right. But I mean, if you think about there's 100 billion XRP, and this was like under $1 billion, and this is from years ago. I mean, what kind of a fine are they going to levy?
Well, that's the point. Yeah. If it's in line with the banks.
Jeff. Look at Kick. They got off easy. I mean, look at those two. They were small fines.
Yeah, what was Kick? It was like 3 million,
15
1.5
15
million.
million,
Was
maybe.
it
It was
15 million? I
we'll have to
can't
look it
remember
up, but it was-
exactly. Yeah. Yeah, I don't remember exactly. You can look that one up. But if it's in line with, and if it's referencing sales of 700 million, how do you find them more than what the sales were? I mean, I guess you could and say, hey, we're going to fine you $1 billion. But wouldn't it be percentage of what the actual event took place instead of trying to fast forward to right now? And yeah, we could obviously just speculate on this, forever. But John Doe Crypto saying the SEC may settle the fines and choose to move on. Hopefully they just choose to move on. It would be nice to see Gary Gensler pushed aside, and maybe they'll even have a bill passed to restructure the SEC before it even gets to trial. That would be interesting too, if they could follow through that bill. Moneybags, not Bob was saying, Tone Vey says Ripple will go out of business over the decision. Ripple sales plus profits from sale of securities to institutions, 2.4 billion. Tone.
By the way, I have a picture of Tone. I saw him on Bitcoin. Yeah, because we have a common friend.
That's right. Oh, that's right.
That?
We ran into him on the street. That's right.
And he was actually pretty cordial, and he's nothing like his persona when he acts like that. He acts like he was actually acting like a normal person. Yeah. He was like, hey, yeah, blah, blah, blah. He's talking like a normal person. He wasn't all like, I think a lot of that persona stuff is just for the camera, I don't know.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yep. Yeah, there's a lot of good comments that were in here that I just want to reference here. Crypto Bob was saying Judge Torres cited past Supreme Court rulings providing clarity to her decision regarding secondary market, programmatic sales, etc. Therefore, if the SEC appeals, there's no new evidence allowed. I'm no lawyer. Mark Smithson was saying XRP is a bridge asset in international settlement, is not competing with stablecoins. I don't know. That might have been factored into the conversation, but I thought that was an interesting comment all the same. So lots of cool things going on here, Chip. A lot of crazy things.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Also, too, Charlie Gasparino, the funny thing is I think that people are missing. Listen, everybody's reacting emotionally, and he's just messing with people. It's like he doesn't care one way or the other. He doesn't have a horse in the race. He just likes to get a rise out of people. He did it with the AMC crowd. He said, like, yeah, I blocked like 6 of them, and turns out those were the 6 living in their basement with their parents, and never heard from them again. So, and everybody is acting so emotional. I had some fun like responding to it, but he, I don't know what happened after this ruling. Every tweet you go into, there's Chris Larson, a fake Chris Larson, fake David Schwartz, fake
everything.
Brad Garlinghouse, like just hundreds of them. There's so many of them, right? And meanwhile, he retweeted one. He commented on one. He said something to the effect of,
pull that one up. Here it is right
here.
Pull
that up. I'll put that up on the screen. Let me read this one. This is the best thing ever, right? So it says, there's the fake Ripple one where it says, join our community, celebrating our Coinbase partnership. There's one Coinbase partnership, right? Ripple keeps reminding, this is Charlie Gasparino, Ripple keeps reminding me, XRP and Ripple are not connected in any way. I guess the ship has definitely sailed. Sad, ha. Everything is like sad, ha ha ha. And I saw blockchain backer even got in. It's just, come on.
Yeah, but this one, is he joking? Doing. Is he joking around? But here, I hope, I honestly, for his own integrity, I hope he was joking about this one, only because it doesn't take much investigation to look at the Twitter handle which is Ripile. It's not
No,
Ripple.
but hang
It's
on a second.
Ripile XRP.
So you're reading into it way too deep. And everybody in the community's got this wrong. Charlie Gasparino doesn't give a shit. He doesn't
No,
care.
I think he's just trolling.
He
Yeah, I
doesn't
think
know
he's-
XRP from Ripple. He's trying to get a rise. He doesn't have his AMC buddies to mess with anymore because that's
Right.
kind of like filtered out.
They're
So
going-
he's going on about this, and everyone's like, well, you don't understand. And I was like, who cares? I mean, and people are blocking him, and they're like, 4,000 people in the community blocked him. I don't care. I really
Yeah,
don't. At the end of the day,
yeah,
he's
I'm not
just
gonna
having some
block
fun.
him.
This
People are
statement
so
doesn't make
silly.
sense. Go back up there, Jeff. Go back up there.
His statement.
Ripple keeps reminding me XRP and Ripple are not connected anyway. The tweet is, join our community, celebrating the it doesn't even make any sense. So that tells me he's just messing with people.
I hope he is. But either way, why is he commenting on this comment? He shouldn't even be commenting on it.
Well, if you go into that comment, it's like a deeper thread. Like he commented on that, and somebody else commented. Even Blockchain Backer got into the Blockchain Backer is like so. He's like the mellowest dude, and he's cool. But he was like, he even had to like knock him down a little bit. Like, hey, Charlie, And you know who really got in there, dude?
This one.
Joey Swall handed him his I don't know if you know Joey Swall, but Joey Swall is like a legend. And I got to be honest with you, I'm beside myself that Joey Swall follows me because he only follows like less than 30 people. He's got almost 1 million followers. But Joey Swall came in. I hope you could find that. I was on my computer, I'd find it, but I wish you could find the Joey Swall because he knocked him down pretty hard.
That's well, it's funny. So I'm pulling this one up here. This was Gasparino, and probably right. So it's Scoops XRP breaking news on to Gasparino and Fox News, and it's a clip from The Simpsons. And over the title, they changed the title. Old man yells at XRP holders. So it's kind of funny. It's the grandfather from The Simpsons. Charles Gasparino says, "This will really stop me. Sad, huh?" So I think,
Jeff,
to your point, he's definitely trolling. That's all he's doing is trolling. Because this isn't a serious anything. He knows it's a joke. So Blockchain Backer commented, he said, imagine getting zero engagement whatsoever on anything you do that isn't XRP. After an entire career in media, no engagement, so you resort to controversy. The gym picks are the funniest, zero engagement. Sad, huh?
Yeah, and also Blockchain Backer did apologize for that, just so we know. But Jeff, go in the private chat and pull up that Joey Swall.
Did you?
I sent it in the private chat.
All right, let me open it. See, there we go.
Yeah, so scroll up. So it's based on the tweet above where he talked about Ripple. Yeah, so make that bigger. Brother, aren't you a journalist? That literally part of your job is to know when a source is real or fake. Anyway, my new favorite thing on Twitter is watching you get absolutely ratioed. Do better. And it even says Ripile XRP.
Ripile XRP, I know. Oh my God.
I was like, this is my favorite comment. Joey Swall got into the thing. And Joey Swall's a big XRP. Yeah, he's a big XRP fan. He follows a bunch of other influencers. I think he follows Mickle and I think Mr. I, just a bunch of people. If you go look at who he follows, Jeff. Check it out. Go to Joey Swall's there. See, look at all that fake garbage down there. That's all garbage.
But these have been dropped for so long. I don't understand why they can't stop these people. All the live airdrops, and there's just nonstop on YouTube.
It's too
and
much,
even
Jeff.
Twitter. Yeah. Let's see. Where was he?
Yeah, there you go.
60 people.
Scroll down, you see Arrington, Moon Lambo, XRP,
Schwartz,
Mr. Beast,
David
Schwartz.
There you are.
XRPP follows me. XRPP, of course, some gym stuff. There's Mickle.
Bearable Bull.
By the way, I was in a Spaces the other night with the Bearable Bull, and I'm like, "Oh, when are we hanging out? Dude, we live in Miami. Enough of this." He was making excuses. Well, but I'm like, dude, come on.
Ben Armstrong, BitBoy.
The BitBoy, Flair. See, he's big time in XRP, dude.
And he's following Bob Ross. Yeah. DAI. And Hogan.
Yeah, man.
That's
Hogan. He loves the community, man. He loves. I mean, half of that list is XRP people, and he's like,
It's a very cool
We got to
list.
get him on the show. We need to get Joey Swall on the show. That's it.
We should get him on the show. We should reach out to him.
I'm gonna reach out to him. And
He'd
say,
be very
hey,
cool.
let's get on the let's see
No,
if we can
this
get him
not being on the show. Yeah, come on
talk
the
about
show.
his journey. Talk about how he started, how he got into space and stuff. And yeah, like on his Twitter feed every day, like he's doing a good thing, Jeff. One of the things he knocks down a lot is that people will film themselves working out in the gym, like in the locker room. People are getting dressed in the background, and so he like basically is like, this is not cool. Stop doing and basically the gyms are doing the right thing too and banning those people. You're at a gym to work out. You don't want people videotaping themselves in a locker room. I mean, come on, man.
Right.
I mean, thank God he's calling attention to it and doing the right thing.
It's so out of control.
It's getting out of control. Put that Gary bit up there. Put the original one up there. Play that one first.
Which one?
It's right at the top of the keep.
What is it?
Gosh, I really wish I was at the controls. It says, so I'm trying to go through the keep here.
Got Garlinghouse. We've got Stuart Alderoty. Got Gasparino. Deaton.
Let's see, it got deleted. It was right at the top.
There's nothing.
Hang on a second. Hang on.
It's probably
Gary's new gig. Gary's new gig. Play the original, and then we'll play the Gary version.
Do you put it at the top?
Yeah, scroll down. It says Gary's new gig. If you search for Gary's new gig, you will find it. Or new gig, you'll find it.
Gary's new gig original. There it is.
Yeah, play the original one, and then play the one that the knockoff they did for.
Slay Your Way. Is the original one the first one, or is it all on Twitter?
The first one's on Twitter, yeah. The original one, and you'll see the
Where's the original one? There is no original.
Holy cow, Jeff. This is so frustrating not being able to hit the controls on this one.
Yeah, but there's
it's pretty
no
simple,
original.
Dude. It's pretty.
But there's no original. It says Slay Your Way, F what anybody say.
Gary's new gig, original. People can hate all they want, but if you get
right. But where's the link?
People can hate all you want. It's right there. It says Slay Your Way. Click on one of those.
Oh, is that? Oh, that's the original?
That's the first
one. So where's the other one?
The other one's below it. The Gary version is below that, but just play this one first.
All right. Well, we'll see if this is. There's no YouTube here. There's a link.
It's on Twitter.
If this is it. There's
They're
only
both
one
on Twitter.
Twitter
They're
link.
both videos on Twitter.
All right. So you've got Burby in Paris. That's a link that you put up there. Hang on.
No, the one I'm asking you to play is Slay Your Way, F what anybody say. Play that one.
I'm trying to find it.
It's right there.
Nope.
Gary's new gig, original. People can hate all they want, but if you make a bag.
Slay Your Way. Here we go. All right, hang on. Simmer down. See if this works.
Everything's gone wrong today. Half my house is out of power. It's ridiculous.
All right, now we gotta wait till everything unfreezes. All right,
technology is supposed to be great, Jeff, and it seems like it's going backwards.
Is this good? Is this it? The hell is this?
I don't see it. You don't have your screen shared, so I can't tell you what it is. This is complete zany stupidity. So this is it. Yeah, this is it. I want to play this one because this is the original. Jeff, this is what some people do for money. And so when they're on TikTok, they get these. Jeff, wait till you see the Gary one. It's like, you got to see this one. And so this is what people do on TikTok. Instead of saying thank you, they go, ice cream, lick, yes, I'm ice cream. Go ahead and play it, Jeff. It's ridiculous.
This is making us all stupider.
It is all making us dumber, Jeff. This is what people do for money on TikTok. People give them like these.
Oh, what the?
These
okay,
little tokens,
let's play this
and the
shit.
tokens are worth money, and I don't know.
There we go.
Yeah. I don't hear the sound. Are you sharing the sound? Jeff, I don't hear the sound.
Oh, hang on. I got to redo that.
Yeah.
I wonder why they don't just. Why can't you change the setting after the fact?
It's not user friendly. That's why. I think that's the reason. But anyway, this is a TikTok star, right? And so you can get like these little tokens, like ice cream cones and all that stuff. And this is how she thanks people for them.
All right.
Hee-haw, yes, you got me feeling like a cowgirl. Let me read it, huh? Hee-haw, yes, you got me feeling like a cowgirl. Let me read it, huh? Gang, 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 gang. Ice cream so good. Gang, 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 gang. Yes, yes, yes. Gang, gang. Gang, gang. Ice cream so good. Oh, take it, Ian. You got me feeling like a queen, huh? Rah, rah, rah. Slay, huh? Slay, huh? Oh, thank you, user. What is the noise again? Quack, 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 quack. Rah, rah. Gang, gang. Gang, gang.
You can take it off, Jeff. I just wanted to play a little bit of that. The look on your face is priceless. This is what some people do, Jeff. This just, so anyway, so now pull up.
Oh, dear God.
Yeah,
what did we just watch? I think my eyes are burning.
Jeff, we are just, it's so stupid. And there's so many knockoffs of this online.
Okay, so
somebody made a Gary version of it, and just so you can understand what's going on in that video, throw up the Gary version of it, and you'll see just the complete zaniness, stupidity here. But
all right,
so after this lawsuit concluded,
all right, so the Gary version. So I don't see the Gary version in the link, unfortunately.
Well, you're not going to see it because it's not labeled Gary version, but it's the one directly underneath that. It's called Polygon So Good.
Oh shit! Okay, I see it.
That's the one. It doesn't say
okay. The Polygon one. I gotcha.
Yeah, that's the one.
Oh God,
it's a lot of work, Jeff. You gotta do the.
It's a lot of work when I gotta find something you want to find. All right. Oh God. Oh, this is actually going to be a good one.
Yeah. So that was just like kind of prefacing it like with what this is based on, so people get like.
Now you get the. No, it puts it into perspective. Here we go.
Yes.
Okay, here we go. Ready? So this is it.
Yeah.
Let me put that. Let me play this. All right, hang on. Here we go. All right. Okay. Oh God. Here we go.
Good.
All right. Here we go.
Good. Polygon so good. Polygon so good. Blue. Pop, 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 pop. Gib. Ripple so good. Gib. Balloon. Pop, 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 pop. Gib. Polygon so good. Ooh. Thank you, Solana. Got me feeling like a queen. Thank you, Cardano. AVAX. Ooh. Gang. Slurp. Ripple so good. AVAX. Thank you,
oh my
Udi
God.
Slay. Meow. That was so good, Solana. Pop, amazing. Good. Polygon so good.
Oh my God.
Sorry, Jeff. I just thought.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's a little bit ridiculous, right? So there you go. I don't know what people have a lot of free time, Jeff. Way more free time than you and I have.
Crap, that's unbelievable. I'm speechless.
Yeah. It's,
speechless. Now let's get a little smarter. Let's make her. Modelo time said, "This makes my stomach hurt."
Mr. Wright says, "I want to see one with chip in it." Well, why would you want to see that? That would be ridiculously boring. Come on, man.
Oh my God, it's so wrong in so many ways.
Wrong in so many ways. Yeah, so many. This is what it's come to.
This is exactly what it's come down to.
Flare community. Play the Flare community. Look on Jeff's face is priceless. Can't see my face, suckers.
Oh my God. Now I know why you're hiding. That's why you're hiding. No. So we can get smarter here with Marc Phillips. Cognitive. I love how we factor in The Simpsons comes into so many of these memes. Cognitive dissonance, a noun, the state of having inconsistent thoughts, beliefs, or attitudes, especially as relating to behavioral decisions and attitude change. Example, your eyes see XRP getting legal clearance for takeoff, but your sphincter says you only bought an ETH Bitcoin ticket. Woo, I'm screwed.
Yeah, I wish Marc was in here tonight because that's a great tweet. I love that. I was laughing so hard.
That was one of the funniest.
I was like, that is so solid. I wish Marc comes in here from time to time. It's like, well, we read his tweet, he doesn't show up.
Oh yeah, Marc.
Where are you, Marc?
Funny back says shit. It's stuck in my head.
Yeah. Ooh, Solana, so good.
Oh, so good.
AVAX, AFOS, love Ripple.
Oh my God.
I'm like, Jeff, there's like so many of those knockoff videos that I like have suffered through. There's some other girl and she goes, it was actually funny. She goes, this is a horrible way to make money. I can't believe people do that. So the next part of the video was her doing that, yummy, yum, yum, ice cream cone, yay, ice cream cone, yay. So she was, in the very next part of the video, she was doing it, like imitating that girl, like spot on. It was funny.
Oh my God. Brilliant.
Yeah.
It's just
I just
brilliant.
don't know. I'm like, and somebody in the original tweet, the guy was saying, and it's funny because I follow this guy in AI that was completely out of left field, but I'm like, dude, what is this? And what did I just see? And then out of nowhere, I see the Gary version. So I'm like, oh gosh, I got to go back and find the AI guy.
That was too
Because
funny.
I follow so much AIs these days, almost more than crypto Twitter.
Right. All right. This is from XRPP, so we kind of know where this one's gonna go. Does anyone want to tell him? Because I don't have the energy. Charles Gasparino. Now Ripple's trying to sell milk. Guess they know their XRP won't be enough to pay all those fines. Sad. Huh?
So it's so funny because like the new catchphrase, like
milk.
sad hot. This is
Sad, huh?
actually one of XRPP's funniest videos. You know why?
Oh
Because
my
it seems
God.
real. I mean, it's like,
Oh my God, it's so funny.
it's parody, but it seems like you would be like, I think the reason we laugh at things is because there's an element of truth. And if people didn't know better, everyone would just like, go try to find that tweet because it seems like something he would say. They were trying to sell milk now.
Right. So,
What XRP is not good anymore, so now we're selling milk. I
oh
thought
my
that was
God.
good. You gotta love this community. XRPP is one of the funniest. Thank God for his humor and keeping us going. God, we could do a whole show on just his tweets. I mean, they're phenomenal.
Right. Oh my God.
Love them.
Andrew Smith is saying you have to add that to your button noises. Imagine we can add that to
Oh yeah, with Gary.
Solana. I don't know if we can.
Love Ripple. Love Ripple.
Ripple.
Where was the one where he said love Ripple? There was one where he said love Ripple.
Love Ripple.
Love
Oh
Ripple.
my God, love Ripple.
That's the part we gotta outtake that piece right there, Jeff.
Yeah, just love Ripple. Oh my God.
You want to play the original again, don't you? The look on your face was great, dude.
I do.
You're like, what? What is
like,
this?
what the hell? Like, how does this even factor into? I'm looking at it, and I kept pulling it up, and you're like, it's there. It's the Gary response. And I'm looking at this. I'm like, what the?
Well, I was saying that was the original one.
I know, but I'm still thinking the original one had to do with crypto
it's
or
so
something.
bizarre. It's so bizarro. Like, it has nothing.
I kept closing it and reopening. I'm like, what the hell is he opening?
That video went viral. I don't know. Like, I even went over, like,
God.
somebody had her TikTok, and I went over there, and I'm like, this is a hell of a way to make money. I'll be honest with you. You know, it's like, okay.
I hope she's making a fortune. I hope she's making a shit ton of money, and it's all good.
I mean, just watching that. The problem with that is, like, who said that? Bob, not Moneybags.
Yeah.
You can't get it out of your head. You know, you're just thinking about that. Ice cream good. Ice cream good. I was like, oh God, no. Now the Gary version, which is
God.
AVAX. Solano good. Love Ripple. Love Ripple. Play it one more time, Jeff. Throw that up there just for one more time to play us out of here.
Yeah, let's play us out with some shit froze up, man.
I can't do the sound effects from here.
It's good. It's good.
Well, Jeff,
I'm waiting for that to open.
Clayton a box of chocolates. We said he would get hero or zero. It would be the fastest way to clarity. And damn it if it wasn't the fastest way to clarity. Please like, subscribe, click that notification bell, everybody. Please. There we go.
All right. One more time because everybody wanted it. Everybody loved it. So we got to put it up one more time. Here we go. Let me go full screen. Oh my God. Pop, 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 pop. Oh my God. Hang on. Come on. Stop playing. There we go. Here we go. Back by popular demand because the people have voted. Everybody wants to see this one more time. Oh, I don't know why. There we go. Here we go. I'm going to play the original. No, I'm not. Let's play this one. The original one. That'll be the end.
Fernando said it's frying our brains.
Okay, here we go. One last time because it was funny. It was fun. And here we go.
Don't play that again.
Okay. Oh, God. Who said, see that? That was on, thank God it was on Twitter because I wouldn't open it up on TikTok. But Fernando's saying TikTok is a Chinese virus.
Yeah, it is.
It is. Okay, here we go. One more time. One more time for prosperity.
Good. Polygon so good. Polygon so good. Balloon. Pop, 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 pop. Gib, 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 gib. Ripple so good. Gib, gib,
So
gib,
good.
gib.
There it
Balloon.
is. Ripple's so good.
Oh my God, did you
Gib.
see that though?
Slurp. Polygon so good. Ooh.
Wait,
Gib, gib, gib.
Did you see
gib, gib,
it was
gib,
Vitalik
gib.
sent it?
Balloon.
Yeah, Vitalik, yeah.
Gib. Slurp. Polygon so good. Ooh.
I understand deep.
Ooh. Ooh. Thank you, Solana. Got me feeling like a queen. Thank you, Cardano. AVAX. 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 AVAX.
Vitalik
Ooh.
sending
Gang,
AVAX.
gang. Gang, gang. Slurp. Ripple so good. AVAX. 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 Thank you, Udi Slay. Meow. Meow. That was so good, Solana. Pop. Amazing. Good. Polygon so
All
good.
right, we're getting
Polygon
replaying
Yeah, that's a
itself.
little
Oh
too
my
much. That's
God.
a little too much.
Oh my
So
God.
Jeff, yeah, the Chinese version of TikTok, you know what they do?
Michael.
By the way, we do have new merch. We didn't even get the new merch tonight, but
Oh my God, the numerator. I meant to put it up on the thing and we got kind of tied up. I was gonna have it up there, but there's brand new merch, which is amazing, and I think you guys will love it. It's the greatest thing ever. See if I can find it. I think it's let me see if I can pull it up real fast. Find the right one. I can't. Where's the link? Where's the fast link? You have any idea?
For what?
The fast link right to the brand new shirt.
No, just go to the homepage. It's on the homepage.
Right, let's find it. Let us find. Oh
Put it
no,
on the
you know what?
screen.
No, I'm gonna put it up from yesterday's show because I put a link to it.
There
Let me
you go.
find it. Oh, I guess I didn't. I thought I did. What was I thinking?
No, just go to the homepage on the chain.shop.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be smooth here and pull it right up, and it didn't happen quite as we were thinking. But there's some brand new merch which is really cool. You guys are gonna love this. So for those that love the SEC wars, there's a whole series now, and this one is what? Check it out. SEC Wars Return of the XRP. So go to onthechain.shop, onthechain.shop, and check it out. Return of XRP.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
in our series
throw
of
the link.
SEC wars.
It
Of course,
is
we have
in the
women's as
series
well.
of the SEC War. So go check that out. Putting that link in there. Thought you guys would enjoy that. It's very cool because it came from what? SEC Ripple
Wars.
Strikes Back Wars, which was very cool. So we had that. You can get the nice shirts. There's obviously some hoodies and stuff, but if you want the t-shirt, this is very cool. I'm loving it. That one came up real fast. That was Case from the show the other day. So that was very cool. So again, on the chain.shop, go check
We
that
have to
out.
get him a shirt.
Got to get him a shirt. This is really cool, man. You came up with that fast. Look how cool that looks.
It's in the same
I'm gonna
font
order.
and everything. It's awesome.
Loving it. Loving it.
Turn of the
No
Jedi,
underwear?
Return of the XRP.
Of course it comes with underwear. Get the underoos.
Love
No.
Ripple. Love Ripple.
Love ripples.
AVAX.
Oh, God. Go to onthechain.shop. You guys are awesome. The best and the brightest in all of YouTube crypto space. Today is Sunday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll be back with you guys Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And again, Saturday morning at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. You guys are awesome. Check it out. Check out onthechain.shop. Check out badassyetiscoffee.com. Also, Chip, anything on the way out?
Just want to say thank you, everybody. Sorry I couldn't join tonight. All kinds of power issues and storms and everything else, but I appreciate that. Moneybags, not Bob, says OTC, so good. Pop, 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 pop. Admit it, Jeff.
We're going to do that
Pop,
on
pop.
the next one.
Gosh almighty.
Oh, ice cream cone. Ice cream cone.
Ice
Next
cream
super
cone.
chat. Next super chat. Pop, pop, pop.
Yeah.
OTC
pop,
so
pop.
good.
I love Ripple. OTC so good.
All right, we'll check
Oh,
you guys
man.
back out on the next one. Chip, Jeff, we are
out.
of
Here. See you, man.
here. See ya.
See you on
See ya
Wednesday.
on the next one.
Are you down with OTC? Please like, subscribe, and click the bell to be notified when the next video drops.